Thanks. Welcome into NFL Live. Mike Tannenbaum and the Jeffs. Jeff Saturday, Jeff Darlington. I am Trey Wingo. We're in that player procurement era in the NFL season where we start looking at how we shape our teams, draft, free agency, all that kind of stuff. Big part of that is franchise tags. Not many people get tagged every year, so let us go through some candidates that you think are likely to get the franchise tag.
Let's talk about Chris Jones, Kansas City's monster, who helped them, honestly, get to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. This is an interesting one because he could not get the long-term deal done. I don't see it necessarily happening with the Chiefs. I do see them trying to apply the franchise tag. The problem there is I don't sense that Jones is going to take that very well. I see this eventually getting messier. Maybe they get the extension done, but I see the Chiefs as being a team they want to see another year out of him before they do the long-term deal. I just don't have good vibes about where this one's headed.
One thing we know about Chris Jones, he will leave it all on the field. What about you?
I'm going Joe Thuney here from New England. Offensive guard, inside presence, has played 4 years of fantastic football. And when you think about New England, why have they had so much consistency? Why have been able to throw out of the pocket with Tom Brady? He is a big reason why, and he'll get paid top dollar. I would imagine they're going to sign him, especially with the Brady situation. If they get Brady signed, for a guy who throws from a spot and will not move, you need your interior three to be special. Thuney is one of those guys, and they can really set the bar with him and focus on, other guys. So in my opinion, I think Thuney's the way to go in New England.
Mike, what about you?
Well, if they don't get a deal done, it would have to be Dak Prescott. We talked about Dak earlier in the show. 40 wins as a starting quarterback in the NFL, won a playoff game. It's not that hard. He can't leave the building. Shame on Dallas that it's gotten this far. Pay Dak Prescott. But if it doesn't get done, you have to tag him.
Listen, here's the problem, right? Players hate the tag. I remember talking to Robbie Gould last year at the Super Bowl in Atlanta. He's like, they're going to tag me, and it's just the worst. Of course, it got to a Super Bowl this year because of it, but, it denies you of the long-term dollars. Do you, as a franchise, like the benefits of the franchise tag? Because a lot of times it feels like it's a placeholder until you get a better deal done just to keep somebody around.
That's exactly right. It's really a lose-lose because you're tagging someone that you obviously care deeply about. They check a lot of boxes. They're a great player. They fit you what you want in your organization, so you want to keep them. So my experience, we oftentimes get that player signed to a long-term deal one time. Going back a number of years, we actually traded John Abraham on a franchise tag. So oftentimes, I think it's more of a placeholder to keep the player in the organization.
A.J. Green, though, an interesting one this year. It appears that he could wind up getting the franchise tag and enjoy it. It might be a win-win for a guy who hasn't had all that much health and maybe won't covet big dollars on free agency. What is it, $18 million? And I think he said if he gets franchised, it sounds like he'll go sign it. So there are few and far between of guys that actually view it as a positive.
It is amazing, right? Because when the franchise tag was put first in place, we're like, wait, I'm going to get how much money in 1 year? I'm good with that. Another, that stops me from getting the massive dollars that I want. It's amazing how much that's changed.
Yeah, no, absolutely. When you're talking about a guy like A.J. Green, it's a perfect situation from him, right? Coming off injury, you probably wouldn't command that much on the open market. You get paid that way. For offensive linemen, as an interior guy, I was all about it. They were franchise. I'll take that tackle money.
As many times as you
go
want.
ahead. I'll play year to year.
Right? That's right.
You know what I mean?
Money in that case.
Absolutely. I am not afraid of that. I'll take that guaranteed cash every year. And back in the day, you would watch Orlando Pace was one of those guys who kept taking it. Walt Jones kept taking
every year,
and they kept pushing that number up until they got double digits of signing bonus, and now they've gone out the roof. So they have used that, and Kirk Cousins played it masterfully, right? So when guys really embrace it, it can pay on the back end as long as you stay healthy.
All right, so we'll see what happens with the franchise tag, how many of them are actually handed out. I think lately it's been mostly about kickers more than any other position in the NFL.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.